Hey everyone, welcome back to Native Speakers Channel. I'm Johnny, and I'm so excited you're here with us today. If this is your first time watching, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss our English lessons. Today, we have something really special for you. We're diving into team collaboration vocabulary that you absolutely must know for work success. Whether you're working in an office, remotely, or in any professional setting, these phrases and expressions will help you communicate like a pro. Joining me today is my good friend Sarah, and we're going to have a natural conversation using all the essential vocabulary you need. So grab a notebook, get comfortable, and let's get started.
Thanks, Johnny. I'm really excited about today's topic because team collaboration is such a crucial skill in today's workplace. I was just thinking about my new project at work, and I realized how important it is to use the right vocabulary when working with a team.
Absolutely. So tell me, Sarah, what's this new project all about?
Well, I've been assigned to a cross-functional team. Do you know what that means?
Oh yes, a cross-functional team is when people from different departments or areas of expertise come together to work on a project. It's a really common setup in modern companies.
Exactly. So I'm working with people from marketing, engineering, and finance. It's really interesting because everyone brings a different perspective to the table.
That's a great phrase, brings a different perspective to the table. It means that each person offers their unique viewpoint or expertise. Sarah, how did your team get started? Did you have a kickoff meeting?
Yes, we had a kickoff meeting last Monday. A kickoff meeting is the first official meeting where the team comes together to discuss the project goals, timeline, and everyone's roles and responsibilities.
That's so important. During that kickoff meeting, did someone take on the role of team leader or project manager?
Actually, yes. Michael from the marketing department is our team leader. He's responsible for coordinating all our efforts and making sure we stay on track. He's also our main point of contact with upper management.
Perfect. So Michael is coordinating efforts. That means he's organizing and managing how different team members work together. What happened after the kickoff meeting?
Well, we had to establish our workflow. That means we needed to figure out the processes and steps we'd follow to complete our tasks efficiently.
Right. And I bet you also had to set some milestones.
Definitely. Milestones are important checkpoints or goals that we need to reach at specific times during the project. They help us measure our progress and make sure we're moving forward.
So, Sarah, when you're working with a team, communication is key, right? What tools or methods does your team use to stay connected?
We use several collaboration tools. We have Slack for instant messaging, we use Zoom for our video conferences, and we manage our tasks on a platform called Asana. These tools help us stay aligned with each other.
Stay aligned. That's excellent vocabulary. It means to make sure everyone is on the same page and working toward the same goals. Speaking of being on the same page, have you ever had situations where team members weren't aligned?
Oh yes, it happened just last week. Two team members had a miscommunication about who was responsible for creating the presentation. That's why we now have regular check-ins to make sure everyone knows what they're supposed to do.
Check-ins are so valuable. They're brief meetings where team members update each other on their progress and discuss any challenges they're facing. How often does your team have check-ins?
We have daily stand-up meetings every morning. They're called stand-ups because they're meant to be short, usually just 15 minutes, and some teams literally stand during them to keep them brief.
That's a great practice. During these stand-ups, what does everyone typically share?
Each person shares 3 things: what they accomplished yesterday, what they're working on today, and if they have any blockers or obstacles preventing them from making progress.
Ah, blockers. That's important vocabulary. A blocker is anything that prevents you from completing your work. It could be waiting for information from someone else, a technical problem, or a resource you need but don't have.
Exactly. And when someone mentions a blocker, the team leader takes note and helps remove that obstacle. That's part of facilitating the team's work.
Facilitating. Great word. It means to make something easier or help it move forward smoothly. Sarah, what happens when your team needs to make important decisions? Do you use any specific approaches?
Yes, sometimes we brainstorm together. Brainstorming is when the team gets together and everyone shares ideas freely without judging them immediately. The goal is to generate as many ideas as possible.
I love brainstorming sessions. They're so creative. After you brainstorm, how do you decide which ideas to pursue?
We usually reach a consensus. That means we discuss the options until everyone agrees on the best path forward. It's not always easy, but it's important that everyone feels heard and supports the final decision.
Consensus building is a valuable skill. What happens if not everyone agrees? Do you ever have to compromise?
Absolutely. Compromise is essential in teamwork. It means that different parties give up something they want to reach an agreement that everyone can accept. For example, last week, I wanted to launch our campaign in December, but the finance team preferred January due to budget constraints. We compromised and decided on early January.
That's a perfect example. Budget constraints means limitations on how much money is available. Sarah, when you're working on tasks, do you work independently or do you collaborate closely with others?
It's a mix. Some tasks require close collaboration. That's when two or more people work simultaneously on the same task. For instance, I'm co-authoring a report with Lisa from finance.
Co-authoring, working together to create a document, that requires good collaboration skills. Do you divide the work or do you work on everything together?
We divide and conquer. That's a phrase that means we split the work into different parts. Each person takes responsibility for their section, and then we combine everything at the end.
Smart approach. What about when you need input from someone? How do you ask for that?
I usually say something like, "Could you weigh in on this?" or "I'd appreciate your input." Weigh in means to share your opinion or expertise on a particular matter.
Great phrase. And I bet you also need to delegate tasks sometimes. Can you explain what delegation means?
Sure. To delegate means to assign tasks or responsibilities to other team members. Our team leader, Michael, delegates tasks based on each person's strengths and expertise. He doesn't try to do everything himself.
That's the mark of a good leader. Speaking of sharing work, do you ever need to loop someone in on a conversation or project?
All the time. Loop someone in means to include them in communication or inform them about something they need to know. For example, yesterday I looped in our graphic designer on an email thread about the new marketing materials.
Perfect. What about the opposite? When do you loop someone out?
Well, we don't really say loop out, but we might say someone is out of the loop, which means they're not informed about what's happening. We try to avoid that by keeping everyone who needs to know informed through our updates.
Good point. Communication is so important. Sarah, what happens when deadlines are approaching? Does the pressure increase?
Definitely. When we're up against a deadline, that means we're very close to the due date and need to work efficiently. Sometimes we need to put in extra effort to meet our targets.
Do you ever need to ask for extensions on deadlines?
Sometimes, yes. If we realize we can't meet a deadline, it's better to communicate early and request an extension, additional time to complete the task, rather than missing the deadline without warning.
Absolutely. Transparency is crucial. What other challenges do teams face?
Well, sometimes there's a bottleneck. That's when one part of the process is slower than the others, causing delays for the entire project. For example, if the design team can't finish their work, the development team has to wait.
Right. So identifying and resolving bottlenecks is important for maintaining productivity. Sarah, does your team ever do retrospectives or postmortems?
Yes, at the end of each project phase, we have a retrospective meeting. That's when we reflect on what went well, what didn't go well, and what we can improve for next time. It's a learning opportunity.
That's excellent. Continuous improvement is key to success. What about when things go really well? Do you celebrate wins?
Absolutely. We acknowledge achievements and celebrate milestones. It's important to recognize when the team does great work. It boosts morale and motivation.
Boost morale. I love that phrase. It means to improve the team's spirits and enthusiasm. Sarah, what happens when there's conflict in the team? How do you handle disagreements?
Conflict resolution is part of teamwork. When disagreements arise, we try to address them directly but respectfully. We focus on the issue, not the person, and we look for solutions that work for everyone.
That's mature and professional. Do you ever need to escalate issues to higher management?
Sometimes, yes. To escalate means to bring a problem to someone with more authority when the team can't resolve it themselves. But we try to handle things at our level first.
That shows good problem-solving skills. Sarah, what about giving and receiving feedback? How does your team approach that?
We have regular feedback sessions where we give constructive criticism. That means we offer suggestions for improvement in a helpful, supportive way, not just pointing out what's wrong.
Constructive criticism is so valuable for growth. Do you also give positive feedback?
Definitely. We make sure to acknowledge good work and give praise when it's deserved. Positive reinforcement helps people know what they're doing well so they can continue those behaviors.
Excellent. What about accountability? How does your team ensure everyone follows through on their commitments?
Each person is held accountable for their tasks. That means they're responsible for completing what they said they would do. We track our progress in our project management tool so everyone can see the status of different tasks.
Transparency through tracking. That's smart. Sarah, do you use any specific methodologies or frameworks for your projects?
Yes, we use Agile methodology. It's an approach that emphasizes flexibility, iterative development, and regular feedback. Instead of planning everything up front, we work in short cycles called sprints.
Sprints. Can you explain what those are?
A sprint is a fixed period of time, usually 2 weeks, during which the team completes a specific set of tasks. At the end of each sprint, we review what we've accomplished and plan the next sprint.
That sounds very structured yet flexible. What happens during the sprint review?
During the sprint review, we demonstrate what we've built or completed to stakeholders. Stakeholders are people who have an interest in the project's success. They could be clients, executives, or other departments.
Right, and I imagine you need to manage stakeholder expectations throughout the project.
Exactly. Managing expectations means communicating clearly about what can realistically be delivered, by when, and with what resources. It prevents disappointment and keeps everyone aligned.
Sarah, what about when you need resources for your project? How do you go about requesting them?
We submit a resource request to our team leader or management. Resources could be anything from additional team members, budget, equipment, or software tools. We need to justify why we need these resources and how they'll help the project succeed.
Justification is important. You need to make a business case. Sarah, does your team ever work with external partners or vendors?
Yes, we sometimes collaborate with external vendors for specialized services. When we do that, we need to coordinate closely to ensure their work integrates smoothly with ours.
Integration, bringing different parts together to work as a whole. That can be challenging. What about knowledge sharing within the team? How do you make sure everyone has the information they need?
We maintain shared documentation in a central location where everyone can access important information. We also have knowledge transfer sessions when someone has specific expertise to share.
Knowledge transfer. That's when you share specialized knowledge with others so the information doesn't stay with just one person. Very important. Sarah, what about when new people join the team?
We have an onboarding process for new team members. Onboarding means helping someone get started and integrated into the team. We assign them a buddy, an experienced team member who helps them learn the ropes.
Learn the ropes. Great idiom. It means to learn how things work. Sarah, as we wrap up, what would you say is the most important aspect of team collaboration?
I think it's building trust and psychological safety. That means creating an environment where people feel comfortable sharing ideas, asking questions, and admitting mistakes without fear of judgment or punishment.
That's profound. When team members feel psychologically safe, they're more innovative, engaged, and productive. Sarah, any final thoughts on team collaboration vocabulary?
Just that mastering this vocabulary isn't just about learning words, it's about understanding the concepts behind them and applying them in real situations. The more you practice using these terms, the more natural they'll become.
Perfectly said. And remember, folks, effective collaboration is a skill you can develop. Start using these phrases in your workplace, and you'll notice a difference in how you communicate and work with others. Well, everyone, that wraps up today's lesson on team collaboration vocabulary. We covered so many essential terms and phrases that you'll use constantly in professional settings. From kickoff meetings to retrospectives, from brainstorming to consensus building, you now have the vocabulary you need to succeed in team environments.
Remember to practice these phrases in your own workplace or study situations. The more you use them, the more confident you'll become.
Absolutely. If you found this lesson helpful, please give us a thumbs up, leave a comment telling us which phrase was most useful to you, and don't forget to subscribe to Native Speakers channel for more English lessons like this one. Share this video with anyone who's learning English for professional purposes. They'll thank you for it.
And if you want us to cover any specific workplace topics in future videos, let us know in the comments below. We love hearing from you.
Thanks so much for watching, everyone. Keep practicing, keep learning, and we'll see you in the next lesson. Until then, keep speaking English.
Bye, everyone.
See you soon.